usually when you get older, the metabolism starts putting on the brakes, right? You start to gain a couple of LBs. That's certainly not the case for Lamar Jackson as he gets older. How about this? He could be leaner than his rookie season. The reigning MVP telling Complex Sports that he was 230 pounds 2 years ago, 215 last season, but now I'm like 205. By the way, Lamar entered the NFL at 216 pounds. He has added muscle through the years, but my goodness, the last time Lamar was listed at 205, he was a sophomore at Louisville, and that year, he was the Heisman winner. Marcus, do you like the idea of a leaner Lamar coming into the season?
Kev, this is a double-edged sword, right? You say you put on more muscle, you can protect yourself. But I think in this particular case, when we start talking about how dynamic of an athlete Lamar Jackson is, and really very rarely takes big hits because he understands pocket presence, moves around, and even when he's running outside of the tackles, he either knows how to get down or get out of bounds. But the scariest thing in the NFL is a faster Lamar Jackson playing quarterback in an offense that's spread out and wide open. He should have ran more in the playoff game. Yeah, MK, I'm still not over it. So hopefully this 205 translates to if they get back in this position again, he'll be faster and be able to turn on afterburners in order to get in the end zone in some big games, making some big plays. I'm not mad at Lamar for getting lighter, but I almost felt attacked, Kev, when you start talking about losing LBs as you get older. But then I realized we was talking about Lamar.
Hey, I'm talking about myself too, man. The 40s have not been kind to me. Trust me. All right, trust me. I'm fully aware of this. Now, Mina, I do want to get your point here, specifically with Lamar being lighter here. We're talking about a team that was the 1 seed and all the expectations hosting the Chiefs. They go down. What are your expectations with this Ravens team?
Yeah, they're sort of related, actually, because first I want to say I'm in total agreement with Marcus about Lamar's weight. We should start by noting the history of quarterbacks at his height, so over 6 foot, 205 pounds or under, who have started in the NFL is actually really, really small. I asked Ryan, our researcher, and in the last 10 years, there's only been 2. Kurt Cousins and Case Keenum. Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but it doesn't take an NFL analyst to tell you Lamar Jackson moves a little bit differently from those 2 quarterbacks. And as Marcus laid out, he has this almost prenatal ability to escape pass rushers. It's like he moves at a different speed from everyone else. So I'm not worried because of that. I'm also not worried, and this gets to your question about the offense, Kevin, because I think the sort of advances that they've made with the passing attack over the last season under the new offensive coordinator, Todd Monken, it creates more space for Lamar Jackson. He's not running from behind those ultra-heavy formations, personnel groupings into stacked boxes anymore. So he's less likely to take the sort of hits I think we would be worried about. Now, whether that offense builds on what they did last year, not in the playoffs, but during the regular season, I think is going to largely determine how successful they can be this year. You are seeing some pretty dramatic changes on that offensive line. They did draft Roger Rosengarten to play right tackle out of Washington, so there's loss there. But then you add Derrick Henry, and you get Mark Andrews back from the injury. So I think there's some negatives, but they're outweighed by the gains as well as the continuity you get this year with Todd Monken.
MK, I love that you went conceptually to this offense and how they've revamped it and started anew. It's something that you and I on NFL Live talked about for years, about when would the Baltimore Ravens break out and play an updated type of offense in the NFL. So with that being said, with Lamar and obviously his weight, more importantly, he understands it better now. Remember, this team was in the AFC Championship in the first year of a new offense. All right, and as mad as I was about how they played offensively against the Kansas City Chiefs in that playoff game, it's still something to be said for how much success that they had and he had coming off an MVP season when you're learning something new. I don't know if we really put enough emphasis on how hard that is to do as a quarterback when you go into an entirely new system and you win the MVP of the National Football League and you go to an AFC Championship. So hopefully Todd Monken will remember that Derrick Henry is going to be back there this year, and maybe they'll be able to take one more step further and get to the Super Bowl that he so badly wants.
You know, the scary thought here is, too, if you lose that weight a little bit, you slim down and you're faster and you're Lamar Jackson, good luck. Defenses throughout the AFC.